Okay, so we've got a stack of articles here on the 2026 Mustang Dark Horse Premium. And the first thing that, it just jumps right off the page is the price. $69,000. That's steep.
It is. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, and the sources call it the most track-capable 5.0-liter Mustang ever. But, our mission here is to kind of cut through the marketing noise.
Hmm.
Is this thing actually a precision instrument, or is Ford just charging a premium for an aggressive body kit and a badge?
It's a fair skepticism, and I think if you're just looking at, say, 0 to 60 times, you might miss the entire point. I was going through all the spec sheets, the engineering briefs, and the core theme isn't just speed, it's trust.
Trust. That's not a word I usually associate with muscle cars.
Right.
Usually it's all about a 10-second quarter mile, and then the car needs to, take a nap.
Exactly. But the sources are so clear on this. The Dark Horse is engineered to run a full 20-minute session on a track without heat soaking or entering limp mode.
And how are they doing that?
It's got dedicated coolers for everything. Engine oil, the rear axle, the transmission.
Right.
It's the kind of plumbing you really only see on dedicated race cars.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit. We know it doesn't overheat. But let's talk about what's actually making that heat. We're looking at a Gen 4 5.0-liter Coyote V8, 500 horsepower.
And here's where it gets really interesting, I think.
Yeah.
It's naturally aspirated.
Why does that matter so much? Pretty much everyone else is using turbos these days.
It all comes down to throttle response, predictability.
Turbo lag.
No turbo lag. With a turbo, you press the pedal, you wait for the pressure to build, then you go. With this V8, the connection is immediate. You can modulate the pedal mid-corner, and the car reacts instantly.
And that predictability is what gives you the confidence, the trust.
Exactly.
Speaking of control, you have a choice on the transmission. There's a 10-speed auto, but it seems like the sources are really pushing the 6-speed manual as the one to get.
Oh, it is. And it's not the standard Mustang manual either. It's a Tremec unit.
Which is much, much stronger.
It's much stouter, the shifting is cleaner, and it includes rev matching.
So when you downshift, the computer just blips the throttle for you to match the speed.
Perfectly, every time. It keeps the whole chassis completely stable when you're going into a corner.
Which brings us to the most, let's say, controversial feature in the stack, the drift brake. It looks like a mechanical handbrake lever, but it's all electronic. To me, this just screams gimmick.
I thought so too initially. I really did. But if you connect it to the bigger picture, to the chassis tuning, it's actually a functional tool.
How so?
Think of it as training wheels for drifting. Because it's electronic, the computer can modulate the rear brake pressure instantly. You pull the handle, it locks the rear wheels to start a slide, but it does it with a precision a human hand on a cable rarely achieves.
So it's using software to make you look like a better driver.
Basically, yeah.
So it helps you slide. But what about keeping you on the road? The materials list Magnerite damping. We see that term a lot, but what is it actually doing?
This is fascinating technology. So think of the shock absorbers filled with oil, but that oil has these tiny microscopic iron particles in it.
Okay.
When the computer applies a magnetic field, those particles line up and they instantly stiffen the fluid.
So it physically changes the viscosity of the shock fluid?
Exactly, and it can do it up to 1,000 times per second.
1,000 times a second.
So if you hit a pothole, the suspension softens before the wheel even drops back down. It just keeps the tires planted in a way that static suspension simply can't.
Let's hop inside for a minute. The interior looks very digital.
Very.
We've got this huge magnesium-framed curved display, a 13.2-inch touchscreen. Does this massive screen kind of ruin the analog feel of a manual muscle car?
It's a clash of eras, for sure. But the functionality is undeniable. They use the Unreal Engine, the video game engine, to render all this real-time physics data.
So you're getting things like G-forces, lap times, braking performance.
All of it, right in your eye line. It's functional data, not just pretty pictures.
And yet it still has the B&O sound system and all the safety sensors. It's not some stripped-out tin can.
And that's the balance. You can drive it to work on Tuesday and then track it on Saturday. That is, a form of engineering integrity, too.
So, zooming out, we're looking at nearly 70 grand. Is the engineering we've discussed actually enough to justify that price tag?
I think if you value mechanical integrity, yes. You aren't paying for luxury leather. You're paying for the differential cooler, the Tremec transmission, and the Magnerite.
You're paying for a car that doesn't brake when you drive it hard.
That's it. It's a machine that respects the driver's input.
Which leads to a final thought for you. we are moving toward a world of, autonomous pods. So in that future is the ultimate form of luxury, actually. Labor. The privilege of working a heavy clutch, pulling a drift brake, and physically wrestling a machine around a corner. Maybe true luxury is no longer about being driven, but about the right to drive. Thanks for diving in with us.